welcome to Two Guys Talking
with
Marcus
and Kris.
Yeah, we forgot that last time.
We did.
Yeah.
You forgot it because you were so excited to get onto the first topic.
I'm here to bring the topics to the people. I was so excited. I could not.
No, you were just on it. Like, as soon as we started, you were like, what about two guys? What does guys mean?
Well, that's the thing, because you know what? We were talking about this like 5 minutes ago about the name of the podcast. We could change it in the future. We're not going to just yet.
Well, I'd say it's in the books to change it at some point to make it more of a standout name. So you look up Two Guys Talking, there are other podcasts with similar names. I had an idea earlier for a name, and as soon as I looked it up, someone had taken it a week before we started our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
A week.
What was the name of that? Can you share that?
It was a spam folder podcast.
Spam folder based on the fact that your email address that we're using for this podcast is your spam email address.
It's backup spam folder.
At gmail.com. Please direct your fan mail. Please direct your fan mail. We need fan mail. Please direct your fan mail there. So what have you got tonight?
I'm just drinking some cider. Not that hard shit that I was talking about the other week. Just some standard Copperberg. Oh,
you need to get, because that hard shit, not only was the bottle twice the size of that can, but the volume was like
twice
more than, I'd say more. What's the volume on that? It's like 4%?
I think this is only 4%, yeah. So 8.2 is obviously more. But
Quick
the thing
maths.
is, I went in looking for that cider and I couldn't find any, which is why I bought the Copperberg, and I bought it for a game session with friends.
I've got to tell you, like, it's not the Super Bowl. No more Budweiser. You don't have to drink that shit anymore.
No.
We can get...
Pisswater is one of two things. One, I'm going out with mates to get absolutely pissed. So we buy Budweiser. It was a uni tradition. It's something that we do every time we go out.
Yeah.
Kind of an inside joke. Or it's the Super Bowl. It's an American sport and we want to drink American beer.
Yeah, but
the only readily available beer is Budweiser.
You got to think about the UX, though.
The UX?
The user experience. You can twist the cap and it just opens, like...
I hate that.
No more chip in your teeth, yeah? None of that hillbilly bullshit. Yeah.
You know what?
Straight to the point.
Even though you say that, I know people who will still just bite it off. I still use a bar blade for the Budweiser because trying to twist it off just cuts my hands.
Fair, yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like twist caps. Just give me a normal one. Like, you can open...
You're a barman. You've got you've got the equipment. A lot of people don't. Just on them.
You can open a beer bottle with anything.
I think I will.
You're using the...
I'm using the bar blade, the most standard. I'm drinking... So what am I drinking here, right? This isn't sponsored. It's called Old Tom Strong Ale, all right? It's made by Robinson's Brewery. There's a sticker on it that says great taste as well.
You know what? Robinson's make the Trooper beer and all the Iron Maiden beers.
Don't they also make like fruit juice, like apple and blackcurrant?
Maybe, but I'm probably going to guess that the different Robinsons. Might have to look that up.
It's a popular name. That'd be amazing. Because if that's the case, they've had me my entire life as a child, right? Drinking Robinson's fruit juice at my grandma's house on the weekend, right?
Hey.
And then here we are drinking some, and this is 8.5%, man.
It's some strong ass beer. Have got you hooked.
It's good. It's really good. But I mean, I was doing so I'm learning to DJ, and I spent last Friday, and I mean, I was up till 4 a.m, man. I was just doing like a little bit of a DJ set. It wasn't for anyone. I was just practicing.
You say that, I could fucking hear you while I was trying to sleep.
Yeah, no, well, I thought it'd be selfish to keep it to my headphones, so I thought I'd just, put it out there to the people, i.e. you.
To me.
Yeah, to you.
While I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, because fuck you, that's why. But I was drinking.
Saying.
But I was drinking this this Old Tom, and it was great, man. I mean, I can tell it was strong because the music didn't sound that great. The mix was a bit off, but I'm learning, so it's all right. And it was, and to tell you the truth, right, 3.5 hours. I don't know where that time went. What an amazing way to spend your Friday in quarantine. You can't go out anyway. You're just bopping away to yourself on your bed with an ironing board. It's great.
You know what? Yeah, that's a great way to just waste away a night. 'Cause clearly, you've enjoyed that time.
I mean, you're going to waste away the night anyway, because it's not as if you can do anything else right now.
Yeah.
We're just wasting away tonight doing this podcast, right?
But it's kind of a productive waste.
Well,
That's
I mean,
the thing.
it feels better now, right? So obviously you listening, you won't be able to appreciate the setup that we've got.
Yeah, we have upgraded.
You might have noticed that the audio has improved. I hope you've noticed. Otherwise, Henry, I'm sorry for wasting your time. Basically, so we used to do this podcast using a single microphone, and we'd both sit next to it, right? It was a good microphone.
And I'd like to add, we did this in your bedroom.
Yeah.
And
did what, sorry?
We recorded the podcast in your bedroom.
Thank you for clarifying.
And
I mean, I've known you for a long time, man, but I'm just not, I just don't swing that way.
And that's where the wine box came from. I needed a seat, so I'd take the wine box into his room and sit on it, and he'd bring in the beanbag and sit on that, so we were level.
Yeah.
And we'd have the microphone in between us, and we're both trying to, get ourselves across on this one microphone that's not designed for two people.
So I said to my mate, Henry, right, we're doing this podcast. And he's like, I know, I listened to the fucking smut that you were talking last week. He was not impressed, man. He's there, he comes, right, he stands outside the flat. When was this? Yesterday?
Yeah,
right,
yesterday.
To drop off his microphone. And it's a decent microphone. It's a condenser mic. It's made by Rode, good company, great. And he's there with his girlfriend, and he's just like, yeah, I'm not going to talk. Let's talk about something else. And I agree. And I like, the thing is, did your mum listen to last week's podcast?
She has not said anything.
Get in.
About the podcast.
Yes.
Even though I told her about it, she's not messaged me to say, oh, I liked it or anything.
Well, she definitely wouldn't be saying that.
Just hasn't listened to it. I know she hasn't.
Yeah. Well, let's try and keep it that way. Yeah. Right?
If she does ever listen to it, I'll tell her, skip over this episode specifically, please.
I've been telling loads of people that. I've been like, oh yeah, man, yeah, I need to listen to the podcast. And I'm just like, no, just when you do episode 2, just like skip that.
Well, it's the best episode yet, by far.
Same. Like, I think it's fucking sick. I think it's an amazing episode, right? Based on the fact that the conversation flows really well. There's a few good laughs in there. There's a couple of interesting facts, courtesy of your fine self. Well, I've got nothing to bring to the table. Like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like,
why, thank you. Well, you fill up the mood board for us.
Well, that's fair. So, okay, well, I don't know. What have we got?
But continuing on what you were saying, we've now got 2 microphones. We've got an extra microphone arm. We'll be buying our own microphone soon, so we'll have 2 similar quality microphones.
Yeah, because Henry's going to want to get his mic back.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it looks like a much older model compared to what
this is a good mic, man. Like,
I'm not saying it's a bad mic.
You can unscrew it. Look, it's a tried and tested. It's a favorite used in studios for like vocal work. Yeah, we don't need that shit. Neither of us are going to be singing anytime soon.
No, we've just promoted ourselves from the bedroom to the living room.
Mate, honestly. So we've got it's not even a table, it's a bench, all right? We've got a bench in the living room.
You know what? You say this. Your mum loved this.
Everyone loves this. It's sick. And you know what? When we can have people around, they can just sit on the bench.
Yeah.
It's a fucking bench, man. It's fucking sick. And then we've got our mic arms on either side, right? I'm sat on a proper chair, not a fucking beanbag. You're sat on a sofa, not a fucking box. Might be a very nice fucking box, but it's just not, we've elevated ourselves, right?
Literally and figuratively.
Exactly.
But also, we've got space for the extra host. We've got space to attach another mic. We've got an extra seat.
I'd like another host, man.
We don't have space on is the sound box because we don't have enough inputs.
Yeah, I've only got 2 inputs. If you want more, that's 500 quid. And I've got to tell you, man, like, that's going to be tough for me because it's been a really fucking shit week on the stock market. I'm not even gonna joke. I mean, I'm talking £9,000 out of my bank account, man.
What?
Yeah.
I swear, we tell you to stop playing with your money like this, and it just gets worse and worse.
Nothing else to play with other than, well, we spoke about that last week, didn't we? So we can't talk about that. No, there was a bit of a correction. I don't think it was a stock market crash. You had no idea. I've never shared with you figures of my portfolios.
No,
you're just like,
I've got a vague idea of what goes on.
The face that you've got right now is priceless. I just wish that I could sell it to get the money back that I've lost this week.
You know what's funny? This isn't the first time you've probably seen this face. So, if you don't know Marcus, he made a bet a couple of years ago, and it was basically all of his savings at the time.
Yeah, I just got a job. I didn't have much money.
And it didn't come through. He held until the end like a diamond hand and lost it all.
Like a man.
Yeah.
Like, not being a little bitch about it. But I mean, that fucking hurt. That was like a month's worth of work, man.
I think that was more than a month.
Oh,
Jeez.
easy. Yeah. On the hours that I was on. But I mean, yeah, so $9,000 gone. All right. I mean, I can tell you, like, I can tell you why it happened, right? But, it just no fucking reason. So, bonds, right? Savings bonds, interest rates are starting to go up again because the pandemic is obviously on its way out, hopefully.
Supposedly.
Yeah, which means it's a much safer bet. If you're an institution, you got like millions in the bank account, you'd much rather guarantee 1% interest rather than risk 7% on the stock market or the S&P 500, right? Subsequently, that means in the tech sector, everything's down. Massive, like, talk about getting a haircut, right? The fucking stock market's had a massive haircut. I'm talking like a number one, short back in sight, everything.
All around. Number one all around.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
But
just short of a skinhead, eh?
But the thing is, like, it's a good thing because it's a buying opportunity. Everything's on discount, essentially, right? But that's not how you fucking feel when your bank account takes a fucking nosedive.
So what you're saying is you've spent $9,000 on stocks?
No, I had it and it's just gone.
Oh, you had $9,000 in stocks.
And I just don't have that anymore. Yeah, it's gone. Just gone. Yeah. It might come back, but it's annoying because I was talking about cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And I made some money on cryptocurrency, right? That bulk money I had invested in the stock market. I wish I'd waited until now because I could get everything at a discount. Essentially, the money I made on crypto market, I put it into stocks, and I've lost that now. It's gone. Might come back. It's not gone. I've still got that. I've not sold the shares that I have, so I've still got it. So it's fine, right? And I keep telling myself that to help myself sleep at night.
Talking about cryptocurrency, NVIDIA released a new processing card for mining digital coins. I think you know more about this than I do, but the general consensus is they're creating more e-waste.
Oh, they're fucking bitches. I mean, honestly. It's right. Okay. So in layman's terms, not in layman's terms,
the short of it,
the short squeeze of it, they're making these cards called what are they called? CMPs, crypto mining processors. All right. Essentially, right, mate, there's a big silicon shortage. All right.
Right. Now, I've heard about the chips shortage. I've been seeing this all week. Like, there's a massive chips shortage.
That's what this is.
Even car manufacturers are having to push back production because they can't get the chips for the computers inside a car.
Yeah.
And for most cars, that's not a big deal. But you've got other companies like Tesla that run on these things.
Look, processors are integral to lots of industries, okay? That microphone you've not seen, that's got a PCB in it, printed circuit board. It's got loads of fucking like shit in it, right? And if there's a shortage, now there's several causes to this, all right? First of all, Trump's war on China trade, okay? And then also, well, I don't know. That's all I've got. I don't know why there's a shortage, right? There's no Xbox Series X's. There's no PS5s, yeah? Neo, Tesla, electric car manufacturers, even BMW and Mercedes are struggling, right? And if you're a gamer on PC, you can't get a graphics card. I'd love to upgrade my computer. Well, I can't afford it anymore, but I last week I would have loved to have upgraded my computer, right? And there's just no graphics cards. I'd love to get a 3080 from NVIDIA. Now, the thing with NVIDIA is they are creating cards specifically for cryptocurrency people to mine with, okay? Just like gold. There's a finite amount of gold in the world, you got to go mine it. There's a finite amount of Bitcoin in the world, you got to go mine it. It's the exact same, right? Now, the problem with creating cards specifically for mining, normally people would just use gaming graphics cards, right? The problem with making ones that are specifically for cryptocurrency is that after they've served their purpose, there's no value to them, right?
I believe what you showed me is they don't have a video output. So it just runs the mining programs, and that's all they can do.
Yeah.
There's no video output or anything that could be used after the fact.
And the same amount of silicon has to be used whether they're making a crypto card or a graphics card for a gamer, which means that given there's already a shortage of gaming graphics cards, but also equipment for Xbox and PS5 components inside the consoles, the problem is they're using silicon on the wrong shit. Like, we're not able to go on eBay and buy those cards after they've been used so the whole thing's fucked, basically, right? And you know what I like about it? Linus Tech Tips, okay? He's a guy on YouTube who's got his own tech review company, right? And he posts a lot on YouTube, and he's got a website, and he started selling fucking underwear with his name on it, which is a bit weird, okay?
Well, that's no different from Calvin Klein. It's a guy selling you a pair of boxers.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay. To be fair, I'm more inclined to buy Linus's boxers because, I mean, who be kidding? No one's going to see him anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, just means you've got a different guy holding your junk.
Yeah. So essentially, he called out in video about this, and he was like, I don't give a shit if you sponsor my videos. I'm calling you out on it. And you know what? We don't see enough of that. We don't see enough of content creators just being honest with their consumers and with their audience. Like, that's
a good thing, though.
It's
a really good thing.
If a company is doing some stupid or dodgy shit, then it's good to get called out, obviously at the expense of your income. You know, that Linus, he's got a company to run. He's got employees that edit videos and shit. Like, he did a video recently on Adobe and how he spends $10,000 Canadian dollars a year on Adobe software to edit videos and to process the audio, just because of the amount of editors they've got, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's not just him. He's got like a full production team.
I was gonna say, I was like, what the fuck?
He needs to get a student membership, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's he spending 10 fucking grand? I've got my subscription. That's not 10 grand a year, no matter what currency you put it in.
The problem is, it's the collaboration.
Except places that don't have decimal currencies, it might reach that.
That's the thing. But I'm not planning on making any videos in Vietnam anytime soon. I'd love to go to Vietnam. Okay, their currency is fucked, but the culture's sick. Okay, anyway. So he made a video based on that, and there are other options you can go for. You don't have to pay for Adobe software, but you always revert back to it because, to be fair, an Adobe, it is a bit shit at times, but you can sync between the different programs.
They've got a good vertical structure, I think.
A good ecosystem.
Yeah, like it builds upon itself really well. But each program, for the most part, you can also go out and buy individually.
That's the thing, because obviously.
But let's give a shout out to Windows Movie Maker.
Oh man, mate, I used to make loads of shit. You know what's annoying, right? So I've loved making videos for a long time, right? School's a fucking piece of shit, okay? Because they're like, oh,
you don't need this.
No, not that you don't need it, right? 13 years old, icebreaker, new school, right? You've just started high school, right? In the UK. How do you, show us who you are? Tell us about yourself, right? At the time, I was into making stick figure animated videos.
I'd just like to say, did you say 13 years old?
Was I 11 years old or 13 years old?
You would have been 11, unless you got held back for 2 years.
I mean, I wasn't held back. But in saying that, I'm pretty fucking surprised listening to these podcasts. I mean, shit. Anyway, so I enjoyed making stick figure animated videos. And I'm talking stick figures like doing like anime shit. They're fucking making balls of energy that they fight each other with and all that shit.
It was very Dragon Ball-esque.
Yeah, Dragon Ball. Yeah, I never watched Dragon Ball, but it's that kind of vibe, right? And
see, neither have I, but I can still pin it to Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
like Dragon Ball is such a big,
it's such a
IP
huge thing. Yeah, exactly.
That even as someone who's not watched it, I can say, "Oh, this is Dragon Ball Z."
It's the same with Pokemon, like you just know, right?
Yeah.
So, Marcus, they were saying to everyone, all the kids, find something that you enjoy, something that's unique to you, and present it to the class. Teach you how to present better, all that shit. I was like, right, I like making animated stick figure videos. I've got this software called Pivot Stick Figure Animator, right? Pivot being obviously, you get it. You've got a stick figure with points on the elbows and the hands and on the face and the neck, and you can move those points and you can pivot. That's why it's called Pivot. So I'm doing a full fucking tutorial, year 7, well, according to you, 11 years old, and I'm teaching these kids how to animate. I got fucking slated for years for that shit.
Slated?
Yeah. Genuinely, like, fucking Marco making pivots and all that. And it's like, fuck you, man. Yeah. I do that for a job now, not stick figures. Okay. But I do
the same principle, like.
Yeah. Like just making videos. Yeah.
Not on Pivot either. Now it's After Effects. Same kind of principle, but on a much bigger scale.
Yeah, exactly. Using, as we mentioned before, Adobe products and all that kind of thing. But it's just like, as a kid, man, it's fucking shit because I'm doing something a bit unique, a bit interesting, and you're going to take the piss. Like, fuck you. What are you doing?
That's the problem with kids, man. If you're I'm going
to fucking look up that guy on Facebook and find out. I want to see what you're doing.
If you are a bit different from your peers while you're in school, you just get shot down if you do anything differently. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter how good it is in your eyes, how much you have fun doing it, making it, whatever.
Yeah.
When you're in school, if you're the only one doing it, the people around you are going to make fun of.
I'm not going to lie, right? The guy who gave me the most shtick for it, I can't remember his name.
The most stick?
Yeah, I don't know what his name was, but fuck that guy anyway, right? I mean, when did he do anything creative? Okay. I talk about Daft Punk. Yeah. 28 years of fucking creating inspirational shit.
You know what? I know we touched on it before the podcast, but I really like the video they did to kind of announce that they were splitting up, that they were going their separate ways. I thought it was really creative, really insightful. It didn't seem like there'd been any conflicts in the background, which I really liked. It was a very somber way to say, we've loved what we've done, but we want to go our separate ways now. We've hit a creative difference. Or
the guy fucking blew up, man. You're fucking separate ways, piece of shit. He's fucking dead. Was that Daft or was that Punk? Which one was it? I don't know. I'm confused. Right? Is they gonna do singles now?
I doubt it.
Yeah, because the fucking guy's dead.
Either way, if they do, it'll be under the actual names. It won't be under the umbrella of Daft or Punk.
Look, I don't know, man. Like, I like it was filmed well.
Yeah,
but I didn't actually like it. I mean,
I don't think anyone liked it in the traditional sense because it's like one of the most inspirational pieces of music that was created by these two people.
It wasn't just a piece; it was a whole fucking like you're talking
genre,
like
essentially
a generation, man.
Yeah,
like they took disco and fucking modernized that shit
and
brought
saying,
it back.
We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah,
no one's gonna like that. Everyone loves Daft Punk. I assume.
Well, here's the thing, right? So everyone like went into that video watching it, knowing that they'd broken up. They'd heard the news and then they saw the video. And the video, you've got the guy, you've got the robot, you've got the timer, the guy blows up. So like, it was quite predictable in the sense that we know these guys we know this video is the Epilogue. It's called Epilogue. We know they're going to break up. But I've got to tell you, like,
you know what? Imagine being the guy who first went, oh, Daft Punk have released a new video. He doesn't know what it... He's like, Daft Punk Epilogue, holy shit, this sounds great.
Well, the thing is, like, Epilogue means the end. But that said, it also does sound like a really cool fucking word. So it doesn't necessarily... Like, I know it's different, right? Hear me out. Lynx, right? They did the fucking... What was it called? They did, like, a few years ago, it was called, like, The World's End or something. It was like The End or The End of...
I don't know.
I was like, shit, this is sick. We're going to rid the world of this shit fucking body spray. And then they kept making it. And then they kept making it. They kept making it, man. They just kept going. It's like, fuck's sake.
Right. You think you're going to get rid of Lynx, the Christmas gift of choice for men?
Axe body spray. Smell like every other fucking 13-year-old. Lynx Africa.
Yeah, no.
I mean, to be fair, I was pretty buzzing when I got that. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get loads of girls. And I fucking didn't. Fuck you.
The only time I was excited for Lynx was when I was becoming a Smelly Boi.
I mean, you're still there, man. Like nothing's changed.
No, a lot has changed because I'm not showering every day, right? I'm not a 13-year-old not realizing that I smell like shit.
They should. You know what they should do? They should do branded nose pegs for me to fucking wear when I come home. Because fuck you. That's the second time I've said that on this podcast.
No, I don't know what you're saying. You fucking stank out your room the other day, and you
I don't give a shit.
Happily sat there.
That is my territory. Yeah,
yeah.
That is my territory. You go in there, like you sign a consensus. You sign I am okay with smelling shit when I go in there. Okay,
I'm just gonna start throwing shit through the door when I want your attention.
This is the living room, man. We're doing the podcast in this room, and it stinks like shit. It's not that bad, to be fair.
I was gonna say the only person who's cooked today is you. I just put something in the microwave.
When you say cook, it was a fucking frozen pizza. It's not. It's hardly cooking, is it? I mean, shit.
It smells a bit like pepperoni in here.
Yeah. Fucking, and you with the salami bites. Yeah.
You know what?
You've not had those for a while, to be fair.
You know what? I used to like buying those with baby bells in my last place. So like little salami bites that you can get in Tesco and a baby bell. So like the nice Italian ham and cheese type thing. And I don't know why, but last time I was having them, I just started to feel a bit sickly trying them.
A bit sickly, why?
I think I've just overeaten on them. I've overindulged. I think there was like 2 weeks between eating the second to last pack I had and the last pack. And I ate it because I wanted to make room for some chocolate.
I mean, you can't argue with the logic. Going back to Daft Punk, though, do you know why they actually broke up?
No, I don't.
Me neither. I've not got anything to say to that.
I can respect that after a while, people will have creative differences. They'll want to take careers in a different direction. That happens with everyone. It happens with friendships, for Christ's sake.
Now, I entered this into Google. Why did Daft Punk stop making music? Now, Google doesn't always get the answer right, but it tries. Bless it. You know, whatever. It says here that we are not performers. We're not models. It would not be enjoyable for humanity to see our features. And essentially, the robots are exciting to people as they call time on their career. Dozens of artists recognize. So obviously, like, you know, the world responded to this by, like, you know, being very heartfelt and like, oh shit, you know. Yeah. But like, why? Now,
I ended up sticking some playlists on and listening to them all night.
Mate, honestly, like, I think everyone did. I'm pretty sure I don't really like look at the Spotify rankings or whatever, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they've elevated themselves a lot. But they've been inactive for 4 years, and I do wonder, you know, art like changes and grows, and the person who makes it, like, you know, and all that shit. There is a point where you want to keep it timeless, and I think, to be honest, by just calling it quits here, they've done that. They've cemented it, and they are now just there. You know, they are. If you could have a music for music, if you could have a museum for music, they would be in there because it's timeless now. It's like how Elvis, like, what he fucking, I don't know how he died.
I know nothing about Elvis. I know he's a big name.
He was on the toilet when he died. I know that much. You don't know that?
Of all the facts to know about Elvis Presley, he was on the shitter when he kicked it in.
I mean, if you're having to kick in your shit, then I mean, it's you need to, I don't know, do something. I mean, shit, just get more fiber in your diet, man. Huh?
Said we punch shit in this household.
Look, what you do whilst I'm at work is your business. Yeah. Just for fuck's sake, wash your hands.
That was a reference. If you didn't get it,
I did not get it.
Wow, I'm surprised a little bit.
Do you want to explain the reference?
It's RTAA.
Okay.
And obviously part of podcast probably before that.
I think I do get it, actually. Was it animated?
It was animated.
They did an animated thing. Okay.
Yeah. And it's to do with Michael before he was working at Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth, by extension. And clogged up some poor lady's toilet while he was at work.
Fucking hell.
And instead
we've all been there. We've all been there. Come on.
I don't think we have. I think this is a very, very situational event that has happened.
I mean,
I have not been to lady's house for work and clogged the toilet.
It's character building, man. I mean, if you really, is it just me? Oh,
yeah, it is. And Michael.
fuck. Okay, so the other
But
drink.
Instead of making a fuss about it, he just punched the shit a bit, flushed the toilet, and washed his hands, and went back to work.
I mean, that is making a fuss of it. You're literally fucking uppercutting the shit.
I don't think you can uppercut a shit when it's in the bowl.
when it's below you. Mate, you lift that bowl up, you break it from the fucking seal.
Open up the pipe and go from underneath.
Just get that fucker out. Oh my god. The other drink I'm drinking tonight, I discovered it recently. It's a Blue Moon Belgian White. Okay?
I swear I've probably shown you this before.
You must have done.
Because we sold it in Milo's.
Oh, right, okay.
And this is like the first wheat beer I tried, which is why I was like, you should try this because I think you'll like it. And probably you've gone on a full tangent of booze drinking with rum, gin, and now you're coming back to wheat beer.
You say that, but I can't remember it, which means obviously I must have been doing something. I mean, fuck. But it's smooth, man. Although I will say, I had one on Friday. Sorry, no, yesterday. I had one yesterday, and I forgot about it. You put your beer in the freezer just to give it a quick chill. 20 minutes, sorted.
I'd like to add, Marcus puts his beer in the freezer for a quick chill. 20 minutes, sorted. I plan ahead and have the beer chilled and prepared in the traditional sense.
You think I've got time for that shit? I come home at 7 o'clock. I've got to fucking get on it quick. Otherwise, I'm going to remember the day, and I don't want to remember the day. I want to get going. I want to get fucking smashed. So what I will do is I'll stick it in the freezer, 20 minutes, get a nice chill. I forgot about this fucker. It was in there for 2 hours. Now, it takes roughly 4 hours for liquid to freeze. Yeah? 4 hours. And I don't know, like, it just tasted a bit funny. There was little bits of ice floating around. It was weird, man.
Well, yeah, it will do because you've frozen it a bit, essentially. And this was back to a party trick that I'd seen on YouTube years ago that I've always wanted to succeed in doing. But every time I try and do it, I fail by either freezing the beer in the freezer or not freezing it long enough to get the trick to work. And in most simple terms, you put it in the freezer for X amount of time, so it's still liquid, but it's on the cusp of freezing. And then you whack it against a surface, and the shock causes it to flash freeze before your eyes.
Interesting.
And it's such a cool party trick to know about, but it's so frustrating to fail every time I try and do it.
Problem is, if you do it, party trick, great, but then you've got a frozen beer and you can't have your drink.
Just stick it in with the ice.
What? And then it just becomes part of the ice bucket. Fuck that. I mean, I want to drink it.
Look, man,
are you saying
if you buy a case of beer, having one to the side's fine. Look, if you're looking this flat, we have got plenty of spare spirits, should we need.
You say spare. I mean, a lot of those are not for drinking, okay? So Kris collects baby bottles of alcohol. It's quite a nice collection. You know which one everyone always points out when they come here?
I am going to say either the Dead Man's Fingers or the Bratislava Mead.
The problem with both those choices, man, is they just look like normal bottles. That's not going to catch people's eyes. You know what really catches people's eyes?
Go on.
So how long have you been collecting these for?
I would say my 3rd year of uni, so I've probably been collecting for 3 years now.
Okay. Par 4. It's a
The
fucking
golf
It's a
ball.
fucking golf ball, man. It's a fucking golf ball. And I had a mate here once, and he plays a lot of golf, and he was like, wow, this looks fucking cool.
You know what? That was a birthday gift off one of my ex's brother.
Twice
like,
removed.
I know you like whiskey, and I know you like collecting these little small bottles, so I got you this bottle of Par 4. I've never tried it, and as far as I'm aware, you can only get it in the little bottle form.
Oh, so there's no big version?
No, that's it.
Because this collection is all about minis.
Yeah.
All of these bottles here, you can get bigger versions of.
For the most part, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's some schnapps in there that I've brought back from Germany.
Why?
Which I believe you can only get in the small form.
Really?
Yeah,
Because-
like you see the one in the paper bag. That was like
Oh,
a set
right. Okay.
of those in that size.
God,
And I saved one for the collection and drank the rest.
I wish you fuckers at home could like see this shit because it's nice. In fact, if you go to our Instagrams, we've got a photo of the setup tonight.
Yeah, we're going to post a picture. I think I'm going to use the first one we took with the phone, not the one with the camera.
And that's quite funny because
then it doesn't show the baby bottles and it's going to keep you on the edge of your seat.
how often like
But I will post a picture of the collection.
it's a good collection, man. Like you come in here, it feels like a bar. It's quite evident that you work at a bar.
Yeah.
And you take pride in it.
I do. I have a box. It was a planter that I got from a second-hand furniture store that I renovated. I stripped off the paint, painted it a different colour, leveled the legs, varnished it, and that is now the booze box. And that's where I keep all my spirits.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good booze box.
Yeah. The only problem with the booze box is it's got such a nice collection. I don't want to drink any of it on the regular.
No?
There are exactly one spirits that I would drink on the regular, and that's the Monkey Shoulder.
Monkey Shoulder's a good drink.
Every other one is
Very
a bit
good
more specialised. Like I've got some cocktail drinks. I've got Kahlua that I'll have with Coke every now and then when I don't want to drink whiskey. But for the most part, I have that for espresso martinis.
Nice.
I've got a vanilla liqueur that's not a liqueur because it's like 30%, which is also for the espresso martini instead of a vanilla syrup. Because when I drink, I like to get drunk. This is how I do it. I just get everything I can alcoholic.
As we said last week, like I'll drink a consistent amount throughout the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay at a level. You'll not drink for ages and then get fucking fucked off your face.
You know what?
You love to see it.
I had the box of ciders on Tuesday for the game night and saved enough for tonight. But after I drank the half box of cider, I was like, all right, the spirit and mixer, let's go.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. It's like, are you sure that you don't trade stocks? That has been a catchphrase on the fucking Wall Street bets. Everything's like, let's fucking go. Rocket emojis.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, it's. But you know what's funny? It's starting up again. I don't want to go on about it too much because it's a load of bullshit. But like, well, I don't know. Like GameStop.
I have seen the prices of the affected stocks from last time that are now part of the lawsuit or a congressional hearing, whatever it is, are now back on the rise.
Yeah, literally. So you had GameStop trading at like, I don't know, $5 last year, like this time last year, right? That in January alone rose to $20, rose to 40, 50. Suddenly it went to 487 or something like that. Okay. It did touch 500 in the pre-market, but that doesn't count. And then it dipped right back down to 45. Okay. And it stayed there for about 3 weeks. And do you want to know what it was when I checked it sometime on Thursday this week?
Now, last time I saw it, it was trading at around $160.
Yeah, man. I think it went to nearly 170 or 180.
Oof.
It's gone back down to like 90 though now. But
still,
I mean, it's a fucking resurgence, man.
But still, it's pretty consistent from a year ago. And
yeah.
I'm hoping they can take the money that GameStop generates from this trading to be able to create a better business for the future.
Genuinely,
instead of just extending a dying life.
I think they could pivot and do something really cool.
Yeah.
I'm talking esports. I'm talking VR experiences for obviously those who like the idea of VR, but they don't want to have it in their homes. But you know what else is cool? You've got Keith Gill, okay, who is known on YouTube as RoaringKitty. He's known on Reddit as DeepFuckingValue. I'm able to say fucking value. Everyone else calls him Deep FN Value, but
yeah, this is an explicit podcast. We say whatever shit we like, and you fuckers just got to deal with it.
I'm glad that you said that because I was holding in a burp whilst you were saying that. So you fucking
I covered you perfectly.
You saved my ass right there, man. Thank you so much. And you know what's sick? Like there was a government hearing, okay, in the US, and you had the CEO of Reddit, the CEO of Melvin Capital, the CEO of is it Citron or Citadel? I think it's
Citadel.
Citadel, yeah.
Sorry, I was taking a drink while he was talking. Then he asked me a question.
Oh, I like how you hold up the can and then you kind of like bit of eye contact to let me know.
Yeah.
Stop talking. Let me do it, and then continue.
It's a preparation so that you've not got an peaking can opening in the middle of whatever you're saying.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know much about audio, obviously you've got to you can't just be loud with it. Okay, you got to quieten down. You got to allow the can opening, ceremonious as it is, to be heard by the people. So respect for the can.
Before you continue your story, I will interject. The problem with us using one microphone was the fact that I naturally talk a lot quieter and a lot deeper than Marcus. So we would balance it so that he wasn't peaking, but I would still be way down, and then at the end it'd be a lot of work making it so we were about level. But now we've got 2 channels. It's a bit easier. We just balance the mics.
It's much easier. It's not a pro setup yet. Not quite. I'm pretty sure that's gonna come through on the mic, mate.
I'm gonna be glad that it doesn't, and it'll just be you going, I'm pretty sure that'll come through on the mic.
Yeah, you just belched. Basically, you've got.
Yeah. I had a burp that I directed away.
You love to see it, but essentially, Keith Gill, he's there in his suit, in his house, in his room, and you, like I say, you've got the CEO of Reddit, CEO of Melbourne Capital, CEO of Robinhood, and all of those fuckers, right? They get asked a question, yeah. This thing was live streamed on YouTube, by the way, if you ever want to search it. But they were.
Let me talk to my lawyer here. Continue.
So as I was saying, you've got all these fuckers. They get asked a question, and then they're like, well, you see, and then they go through some bullshit. Keith Gill, RoaringKitty, DeepFuckingValue, he just answered the question straight away. You know they're not lying. And you know what else as well?
I think it's like politics. You try and be as vague as possible.
It's bullshit. If you got nothing to hide, don't hide it. Keith Gill had nothing to hide. Those fuckers did, clearly, right? And it's just funny because he sat there, okay, in his suit. You've got a picture of a cat. You know the meme, hang in there, kitty. And it's like a cat holding on some wire or some shit. And then you've got, he's there with his gaming chair and his gaming mic in bright red. And he's just like, on his opening statement, I'm not a cat. And I thought GameStop was trading at its fair value and this and that. And it was just like, and then he you know what he said as well, which is really cool.
Go on.
I like the stock. Fucking brilliant. Do you want to know what the fucking live chat did when he said that? So you've got all the other people talking, and it's all just in the live chat on YouTube, just jail, clown face emojis, just, you're shit, fuck you, you're a prick. And then Keith Gill comes on, and everyone's like, let's fucking go. And you've got the diamond hands, you've got the rocket emojis. This is a fucking movement, man. And I don't care if I lost £1,000.
You feel like you've been part of the movement.
On top of the £9,000, I've lost £1,000.
Although they are trying to reduce the time it takes between purchasing a stock and that money actually going through the purchasing house or whatever it is. I don't know.
So the way it works, right? As a retail investor, normal guy, you or me, when you buy a stock, it doesn't get bought straight away. Basically, the broker that you have the app with, they have to put up collateral, okay? Because 2 days later, your money gets processed and your money gets traded, okay? It's not instant. This is the reason why Robinhood and other brokerages like to say that, we halted the GameStop trading because we didn't have enough money to put up, because it would take 2 days for our money, the retail investor,
you know what,
to get sent.
I would say if that is the case, if you can back that up with paperwork, great. There's nothing you could have done. It was just effect of the system.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you did it because you're just losing too much money or it's getting out of hand, no, fuck you guys.
Yeah, literally, fuck you. So essentially, the Robinhood CEO during this hearing was trying to be like, oh, yeah, I think we should find a way to make it a more instantaneous trading. And to be fair, that's what crypto can do. It's transparent and it's instant, and everyone can see it.
I feel like if crypto was the standard currency for trading, whatever it is, the amount of crypto traded would also affect the price of the crypto and have a knock-on effect on the price of the stocks, and you'd enter a kind of spiral.
Well, here's the thing, like Bitcoin, for example, which is the main cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Like, eventually, all the coins will get mined, right? What will that do to the value? In my opinion, like, people speculate it'll go down, but in my opinion, if you hold something that can't be mined, that's going to be fucking expensive. Cryptocurrency, I do believe, is the future. I think it has a lot of applications, blockchain, all that.
But at the same time, if the cryptocurrency turns into what big corporations do and just hold onto it, and it's not traded, the price will sink massively.
Yeah.
And it's got to be that trade
again
that continues.
It's not poor people spending, it's rich people saving. That's the issue.
Yeah. Look, I can't go to my local boozer, buy a pint with a Bitcoin, so I don't invest in it. I don't see it as an investment to buy one and save it, anything like that. I don't need Bitcoin in my life right now. I don't need any cryptocurrency in my life. I don't touch it.
I don't touch it either, but I do think it's the future. That's the weird thing. Like, I know it's a good thing. I know there's a lot of benefits to it, and I know that in the future the world is going to move towards that being the standard. There's so many benefits, man. But I'm just not going to buy it. I don't know why. What's wrong with me? Why am I not doing it?
It'd be interesting in the future if we get something like credits, similar to how Star Wars has it, where across the galaxy, your currency is credits.
Well, what's happening on Mars? Like, obviously, when we colonize it and it gets established, they're going to have their own system entirely.
I would say chances are it'll be in dollars, simply because the biggest companies pushing for Mars are SpaceX and NASA. They are both based in the US. The US is the global currency that people hinge the currencies off.
Yeah, everything's based on that. Yeah. Used to be the pound, but like I said last week, we are shit, so we don't have that anymore. But here's the thing. Was it Tesla or was it SpaceX? I think it was Tesla bought millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin recently.
Jeez.
They loaded. Did you not know about this?
No.
Okay. I'm going to Google this because it's not part of our show notes.
While you do that, I would like to go on a tangent while you Googled that.
Go on.
I was clearing out my room recently and I came across all my old mobile phones.
Yeah, I remember you doing that. You know what that sparked? I started watching unboxing videos from 2008 on my old phone, like with a bit of nostalgia. Like, phones like are so different now, but I mean, back then
it's nostalgic. Like, the phone has a story, and I know most people now trade in the old phone to get the new one, and you get a discount or something. But I don't like doing that. I like to keep a hold of my old phones because they tell a story.
Mate, I'm fucking stupid. Genuinely.
I feel like in the future, if I have kids or grandkids and they're with the holo projector talking to the friends, I can pull out my first ever smartphone, and in quotation marks now, smartphone. Like, this is where it started. Your holo projector started here on this phone that is smaller than my hand.
But won't that be the same as, like, for example, okay, the guy who lent us your microphone that you're using right now?
Yeah.
This is the guy who owned that mic used to work in the BBC in the 60s or whatever. And here's the thing. It's cool, but we don't really give a shit. Like, we're doing our own thing now.
I feel like there's a difference in technology though, because the technology for microphones hasn't really changed in a long time. I guess maybe they've gotten smaller, more compact, but the basic principle is still there. Like you said to me the other day, the larger the diaphragm, the better the quality.
For microphones,
This is clearly a larger microphone than yours, but it's also a lot older.
It's a bit of a weird flex, if you ask me.
It's not a good flex, I'll say that much.
But it's the only flex you've got. So again, for the third time, fuck you.
But with phones, as technology changes, they do become obsolete, and they become obsolete at the time. They became obsolete quite quickly. My first phone that I have is the Sony Ericsson. Yes, Ericsson. Live with Walkman, the fucking music thing that you had back in the day.
You know, so my first phone, right? So can I just say, right, Sony Ericsson, I was watching there's a video on YouTube of all the phones they made between 2003, I think, right the way up until 2012.
Right.
Mate, fucking sick. Honestly. Like, most people don't really give a shit. But anyway, they've got really good design. Genuinely. Like, yeah, you got your iPhone, all that shit. Fuck off with that shit, right? I'm talking cameras that have like a protective thing that flips out. When you flip it out, it opens the camera. Yeah, I'm talking like phones with a joystick that are preloaded with a game that it's like an Ace Combat type thing. You got an F16.
Was that the Sony Vita?
The Sony Vita? What the
Yeah.
The Vita?
Like,
No.
There was a smartphone that came out with joypods because it was also a game console.
No, not that. I'm talking my first phone back in 2006.
Oh.
Man, honestly, that thing, it had a fucking joystick on it. Mate, and there was two games on it. One was shit. One was like you're piloting an F-16 fighter. You're flying around. Mate, that was sick. And you know what else? It had a video editor on it.
Hey.
And I route my interest in video production to that phone. You know what I did with that phone?
Did you flush it down the toilet?
No, I fucking... What the fucking guy from Rooster Teeth who punching his phone?
I'll let you finish and I'm going to continue with my story.
I traded it in for £8 worth of credit on my next phone.
Jeez.
Fucking idiot, honestly.
Yeah. Trading in for credit isn't worth it, in my
really,
opinion.
it's not like the memories and the stories are much, but I've still got... So my second ever phone was also a Sony Ericsson. I think the first one was... And I'm probably going to get this wrong. I think it was a K750. If that's right, I'm not sure.
I haven't got a clue. I do not know bricks, right?
My second phone was and this might be wrong as well, but bear with me, right? It's the W860, I think. It was a Walkman, yeah. It had front-facing speakers. It had a yellow band across the back. It came in different colours. Mine was the black with yellow band. There was a red with a silver band, and there was different colours. And like you flip the phone up, and it was like gold-plated, not real gold, obviously.
Oh,
but it looked sick. It was like a flip phone. It was really cool. Phones just don't look that cool anymore.
No, they really don't. You know what's kind of weird? I don't have any of my phones before my first smartphone for the simple reason I either lost or broke them.
Mm-hmm.
The first phone I had was a Motorola Razr, like the classic.
Are you taking the piss?
I am not.
That was a fucking prestige item.
It was.
You had one of those?
I did two things with that phone. The first thing I did was lock the SIM so I couldn't actually use it.
You're a piece of shit. Fuck's sake.
So anyway, and I was going away with one of my friends, Joe. We were going up to the Lake District.
Mm-hmm.
So my family replaced the SIM for me so I could start using it again. And I proceeded to lose it on top of a hill. And that's my first phone.
Okay.
My second phone was a Sony brick. Nice phone. Very, very handy.
You call it a brick? I mean, it's not like... I mean, you couldn't build a house with it. I mean, let's be honest. By today's standards, it's
you
a
probably
brick.
could when you think about it.
That is a good head.
That almost went over the top.
Can I just say, right, how many times I pour a drink and the phone, the head, it just gets to the top? It doesn't quite...
It does crest a bit. It does that little crest, but it doesn't spill.
It's like when you're taking a shit and it just isn't sure and it goes back in. Right? And that's what this beer's like.
Anyway, so I had the Sony brick, which was a nice phone, but I dropped it in the toilet and bricked it.
Yeah.
And from that, I got a Samsung Slide. Those old fancy slide phones. And that one I didn't lose or break. It just wore out from wear and tear because the connector for the sliding screen just broke from sliding. And I could still use it. I could still use the shortcuts to listen to music and stuff, but I couldn't call anybody or anything like that.
It's not really a good phone then, in fairness, at that point.
Look, the only thing that was important was the music.
Yeah.
I wasn't texting anyone. It's not like today where you just have WhatsApp and you message people all day.
Oh, but
texting someone cost money.
Sony were just fucking idiots with the Walkman phones. you couldn't actually plug in a 3.5mm standard headphone jack.
I can prove you wrong with that because my fucking Walkman Sony Ericsson has a 3.5mm headphone jack on
You're
the
a
top.
piece of shit. You know that because I had a fucking weird adapter with mine, and it had like this weird pronged thing going on. Didn't make any sense. Like the Walkman. You know what a Walkman is? It's like a portable CD player, tape player thing.
Originally, it was like the portable. I'm guessing it started as a tape player, and then as technology progressed, it became the CD player.
Yeah.
I had one of those. I had a Walkman CD player.
Nice.
I say I had it. I got it off my parents, but I did use it,
Okay.
which is crazy to think. You think where we are now, and I remember using a fucking Walkman CD player.
But it's not even to the point where you're storing music on your person. You're storing music in some fucking cloud somewhere, and you're streaming it. Like it's so much better.
Yeah. We stream Spotify. I download playlists onto my phone that I listen to a lot, but otherwise I just stream it. I don't even have to go buy a CD or buy the disc and then upload it onto my phone.
Yeah.
You just fucking, I want to listen to this. Here is this. Here's the discography. Here's a playlist of the greatest hits. Here's someone else's greatest songs that they like. You might want to listen to that.
Yeah. Or fuck them.
Fuck you. Give me a disc. I like to go for discography. I like to listen to if I'm going to listen to an album.
It's such a better way of listening. I mean, gone are the LimeWire days.
Yeah.
Brings me back to Tesla. Yeah, here's the specifics, right? Tesla buys $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, plans to accept it as a payment. Okay, so they're investing in Bitcoin at the current peak. Okay, it has declined since then. But I mean, obviously,
that would have peaked it. Like that purchase would have peaked it.
100%. But it gets to the point where if you have so much money, it affects the market. If you made an automated algorithm that trades for you over like a 10-year period, start off with £100, and then you allow the algorithm to trade and pinpoint and analyze when the best point to trade is, eventually that algorithm is going to fuck itself because, of course, you're trading an amount of money that influences the price, and it's just mental.
See, I've got a story now. I don't know if I might have told this on the podcast. I might have told it to someone else during the week.
Go for it.
But it's about an African king way back in the, 1400s.
You've not said this before.
He was filthy rich on a personal level. He was filthy rich.
Can afford a Rolex, can't afford a bar of fucking soap, can he?
He can afford to disrupt the economy of an entire geological area.
That's
right.
Mental.
He decided to go on a pilgrimage from his home in Western Africa all the way to Mecca, because he was Islamic.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it is Mecca where you go for the pilgrimage.
Yeah, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You go there, it's like an enlightenment thing.
And obviously you travel back. But he was so rich and so generous with his money that on this pilgrimage, he gave out so much gold to the local people that he was traveling through. And he had a baggage train that was miles long. He disrupted local economies for at least 50 years afterward.
Wow.
Because he tanked the value of gold by flooding the market with it.
I feel like I've heard of this. So, like, too much money can be a bad thing.
Yeah, you can destroy the value of, in this case, gold, or in your case, Bitcoin, by simply having too much.
If there's so much of it, it diminishes the value. It's like Germany in the post-war, what was it, after World War One? They printed so much money it became worthless.
Yeah, they'd use it as a wallpaper. It was, a loaf of bread was something like 13 million marks.
Okay.
The currency was just completely kaput.
It was fucked.
Like, yeah, it was better as wallpaper than it was as money. That says something.
That's mental. But then that's the issue. So America are doing that right now. And of course, I'm trading American stocks. So should I be concerned? Like, they're just printing money like, no fucking tomorrow, man.
I feel like America is still quite cash-based. So, like you and me, we just tap and go everywhere. I rarely carry cash.
Mm.
Very rarely.
There's just no point. I just don't get it.
No, there really isn't. I think. Oh, there goes the.
Fuck me, right?
There goes the bell.
So that shut me up. But you know what's funny? I knew it was coming.
I saw you watching it for a while. You wanted to be prepared this time.
Oh God!
I wasn't even prepared. Even more.
It did not happen. It did not happen. Anyway, sorry. So like, American currency, they're printing a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like personally, I don't carry cash. There's maybe 2 exceptions for me having cash. One is to pay for my driving lessons because they don't have a direct debit. You give it to the instructor and he takes it to the centre and they do all that. And the other is if I'm going to a takeaway and they don't have a card machine and they're like, you need cash.
It's like,
and that's, I'm drunk and I want food kind of money.
It's like, I'm drunk, you're laundering money. I don't care about that. I just want my burger.
Third example, going to a casino because you cannot just give them your card.
Yeah, obviously they have to have an actual, and you know what? I missed that about lockdown. Don't get me wrong, I had a gambling problem before lockdown, but
I would say you still do. You've shifted it to stocks.
But at least it's a calculated risk.
Yeah.
But
wasn't there a week where you lost $1,000 on roulette, then made $3,000 and lost $2,000, so you just ended up right at the beginning?
Something like that. I mean, I was probably drunk at the time, so I don't
You're probably drunk every time. It was your routine was to finish work, go to the casino with like 200 quid, play roulette for so long.
Fucking fool's game. It's a stupid game to play. It's the worst game to play.
Go and your fucking finances are a fucking roller coaster.
You look at my account balance as like a fucking I don't know, like line chart, right? And I'm going home. There's pictures on my phone that are taken like 3 years ago, 4 a.m. I've got £800 in cash, right?
God.
And I walk to my uni building because that's the only place where my particular bank had a deposit ATM that I could deposit cash in, right? And like I deposit that much cash, but I'm just breaking even, man. Like I'm not making any money with this shit. But what a way to live. I mean, fucking hell. I remember like at one point I was up quite a lot. I'd gambled my way out of my overdraft. It's a £2,000 overdraft. I'd gambled my way out of it. I was like, this is fucking sick. Go to Nando's on my own, having a meal, enjoying myself. For some stupid reason, go back to the casino that same night and then fuck myself, and then I'm back in my overdraft. The difference is
you shafted yourself, sir.
I was back in my overdraft, back at square one, scary square, and the difference was I'd fucking paid for a shitload of Nando's, so I was looking out of pocket.
Well, at least you fed yourself before you went back to square one.
Honestly, it's
on that note, it's time to end TGT episode 3. With Kris and Marcus.
Thank you for listening, and we hope that your finances are better than mine.
And mine, minus the gambling, mine is still pretty bad.
You've got nothing going on. It's just furlough, really. I mean,
it's overdraft.
Yeah,
I never got out of it.
Yeah, you need to get. Well, when the casino's open, we'll get you down. We'll get a table. We were supposed to do that for your birthday, actually.
We were. I've been saving money for that, and I've still got that money saved. But fuck it.
Honestly, no, we'll still do it. Honestly, mate, we'll do it. We'll wear suits. We'll go in with a budget in mind, knowing that we're going to lose that, and whatever happens is a bonus, and we're going to have a good time.
As the saying goes, yeet.
As the saying goes, fuck you. It's time to end. Thank you for watching,
listening.
All right,
and we'll catch you on the next one. Good night. Good morning. Sayonara.